Last weekend with the Xfinity Series and all these younger drivers, what do you think the shift happened in the sport to cause those driving habits? Is it the points? Is it the safety being too good? Where
that's how Kill did it.
Is it the safety? Is it the points? Is it the safety being too good where these younger drivers may feel more invincible in the car? Where do you think these driving habits are coming from and what caused all this?
It's multiple things. The racing has changed a lot, there's no doubt. Some of it is just the way, racers get to this level now compared to where they used to, right? I mean, everyone used to work on their cars. Now people they have teams that they drive for even as kids. So you race the Legends cars, like there's a team. And it used to just be you and your dad, and when you tore it up, you were fixing it, and there was a little different approach from that standpoint. I think that's some of it. I think the wins mean so much more now is part of that too. And what's the consequences, right? How does it affect you, right? And I think something I brought up on the radio show this week is that it's different when you're paying to drive the car. You are now the boss, right? Like when you were getting paid to drive the car, you have a boss. But when you're the one bringing the money, you can't fire you, right? Like it's going to take a lot more to do that. So I would say, that's probably the number one biggest thing. It's just where's the money coming from and who's going to hold them accountable.
When you're talking about the Xfinity Series and all that, some of you Hendrick guys still do Xfinity races right now with these younger drivers. Where did, the sport go wrong with the driving habits? Is it the points? Is it the safety of the car that's making them feel invincible? What's your take on that?
It's just a gradual thing, right? Like anything. It's just gradually guys start to get more aggressive and they get away with it. Nobody really pays any consequence for it, and gradually just gets more and more. And then to the point where it was last week where everyone just, beating each other's bumpers off. And I think it's just a product of getting away with it for a long time.
You're a product of the JRM pipeline stuff. You did some cars tour and everything. What's your reaction to that being on FS1 for the North Wilkesboro race?
I kind of heard that this week. That's cool. I think Car Store has been big, and those guys are putting a lot of promotion into it. They got the right people behind it for sure.
Thank you.
Would have never allowed his drivers to race like that. Is that pretty accurate?
Oh yeah. Like we had meetings when I was at KBM just about how we raced, and it's just there's a more difficult way to pass and do things that all guys like Kyle used to be really good at, and I still are, but like they used to show everyone how to do it, and now there's not as much of that.
Have you seen the Pagoda lately?
No.
This is Custom Patch Hats. But what makes us custom? Well, that actually begins with you. We're just bringing your unique vision to life. No knockoffs, no lookalikes. Your design is one of a kind. We know hats, we know design, and we know quality. The proof? It's in our production. Hand-stitched with precision and care, with brands you know and trust. A one-of-a-kind patch deserves a one-of-a-kind treatment, all the way to your doorstep. It's how we keep it custom.
Alex, there's a lot of talk about what happened at the Xfinity race last week. You've raced in the Xfinity Series some as well yourself, with the Hendrick, JRM and Hendrick and all that.
Yeah.
So what is your take on what's going on with those younger drivers as to what's causing that? Is it the car safety? Is it the points format? When you're out there with those guys, what is it with these younger drivers that you feel is causing all this?
It's probably a combination of a lot of things, right? Like you don't have Cup guys running every week, and like we used to see a lot of veterans run Xfinity races quite often that wouldn't probably put up with some of that stuff, and the win in your in system probably changes things quite a bit too. And then there's a lot of factors. Guys that they're like under any circumstance they're not going to get probably in trouble with their owners, so there's just a lot of that. So just kind of the situation overall, a lot of factors, but it's definitely not great.
Does it ever get exhausting having to defend yourself and defend your record in an effort to retain your position in the 48?
Welcome to Media Bullpen. For sure. I think it's been a good start to the year, so glad that things are going well. But I wish Martinsville would have gone better, and certainly not not the weekend we wanted to have. But other than that, I think we've been doing all the right things.
What are your thoughts about Bristol? It was 2 very different races last year.
Yeah, I'm curious which tire we're going to get. So we'll see when we get there, whatever the weather does. But excited. We were pretty decent at both races, so looking forward to getting back there.
Carson, a lot of scrutiny has been said about the Xfinity race last weekend. You've been caught up over the years in controversies with driving styles and stuff. Where does that type of mindset with driving the car like that come from? Where, is it the points? Is it, the safety of the cars? What, especially you're a younger driver yourself who came up from the truck series and you're in Cup now, but what is it with these younger drivers that you've experienced, maybe even for yourself, that, causing these habits at times?
I don't know. Everybody's different. There's so many different factors, right? I feel like a lot of it is, sometimes out of desperation it could be. I'm guilty of a lot of it, right? But I feel like a lot of it is just, you could get desperate at times or feel like you have to win, and that just blinds your judgment at times, I feel like. And by no means, and I'm going to give advice by any means. I was on the backstretch and I was very entertained. But I don't know. I hope NASCAR doesn't have to step in too much, because I think if you start sending people to the back for incidents like you see on short tracks, I feel like we're too advanced, right, within the game. There's too much money on the line. There's too much everything that you would have what we have right now of being really, really aggressive on offense. I think you would then allow opportunity to be really, really aggressive on defense, knowing that you frequent flyers on the no-fly list, or people that are super aggressive, they're gonna potentially feel handcuffed a little bit there. So I feel like it always self-polices itself anyways.
What is something you've done, I guess, on your own to maybe correct some of the mistakes in the past, growing, as a Cup driver, developing yourself?
It's a tough question. You're still growing, right? You still go through that process. So, I don't know, for the big ones, right, it was, just having, it's changing your life away from the racetrack is really what it stems down to. You can't just change it overnight, because for me, you're instinctually making decisions, not being aware of it. So you have to change more. It's not just I'll do better, because a lot of times it's off instinct.
Alex Gins for Frontstretch.com. Come back for more great racing content, and if you like us, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.